Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a quick first impressions on an interesting fixed blade from Civivi. I've been paying some attention to Civivi fixed blades, mostly because I'm kind of interested in the well, not kind of. I'm actually pretty excited about the Elementum fixed blade. It looks really cool. So does the button lock, but sadly that'll be illegal here, which is really frustrating. Anyway, in the meantime, I saw this design and wanted to check it out. This is the Civivi Planck, I guess is the best way to say it. This is not an in-house design from Civivi. It's a Torbe design. He's a Polish designer, I believe. I Googled his name, and his first name is interesting to pronounce, so I'm not even going to try. But Torbe knives is what you can find if you want to find sort of the custom version of this. D2 steel, very high flat grind. It's actually going to be a pretty slicey blade. The one thing I will say, first impressions, is this blade stock, the whole stock could be a little bit thicker. Now, it's not the end of the world, but it does, it makes it not quite as comfortable in hand. Although, let me say, I am already toying with the idea of doing like a paracord wrap sort of from here to here. And that, I think, will kind of alleviate that as an issue. I haven't got around to doing it yet, but I will at least I will test that out and see kind of what happens if I wrap this. So I thought I'd throw that out there in terms of a first impression. It's fairly thin. Kydex sheath, which I do actually like quite a bit. It's got this T-clip. I'm not in love with T-clips. I don't hate them, but they require you wear a belt, right? Like you have to have a belt on in order to have something to clip this onto. Where if this was just a bent clip, you could just clip it on a waistband or a pocket or whatever and not have to be wearing a belt or have some other strap to secure this to. I guess the benefit is, if you're not wearing a belt, you could secure this to a backpack or various different straps you may have, a seat belt in a car, something like that. So I guess it's, I can see why people have different preferences. Also, if you take a look in here, there's a lot of holes, so you can reconfigure this in a number of different ways that may allow you to carry it, to kind of get a carry configuration that's just exactly what you want, which is useful. Again, we come back to the problem that it does require a belt, and I rarely wear a belt. So I'd have to sort of specifically decide. Now, the other thing this ships with is a sort of a chain lanyard, so this can be worn as a neck knife. Usually I find anything, especially something of this size, but anything substantial hanging around my neck, don't usually enjoy it all that much. I will test it as a neck knife and see how it feels, but my prediction is, just like every other neck knife I've ever tried, I'm not going to like that much weight hanging around my neck. All right, I know I'm a sensitive flower, and that's the problem. I've had I've had a number of you comment, "What are you talking about? I carry this, that, or the other on my neck, and it's just fine." I guess it's fine for you, but I just can't do it. Size and weight on this guy: 7 and 7/16 overall. So when you add the sheath on here, it goes up to about just under 8 inches. 2.2 ounces for just the knife. Of course, add the sheath again, 5 ounces, and that's that's the real number that matters, because you're not going to carry this without a sheath. Finally, we've only got 2.7 inches or 2 and 7/8 inches of blade and 3 and 7/8 inches of grip area. So that's kind of measured in here. So when I grip this knife, I'm primarily do it this way. And then you've got this little sort of ramp for your thumb up at the front. You can move up and grip it here, which is, also pretty useful. I find my middle finger's kind of floating there. The other thing is the width on this, I actually find it's pretty nice in a pinch grip as well. So it does give you some variation, which is nice. Again, I would have liked to see sort of thicker stock here. I know that would affect the slicing ability, but it would also affect the comfort, and you wouldn't need to make any changes, where I think I'm going to wrap this in paracord to make it a little bit more comfortable. So what are my first thoughts? Well, I do think this is a really cool looking design. And I will say, I've actually had this for a day before I got to make this video. That's why I don't have the box and all that stuff. I left it behind. But it does cut really well, and so I could see this working quite well as, sort of that small food prep knife or something like that. You're going on a hike, you're going camping. If you're like me, you'll often, I often carry sort of something for chopping, something for processing wood, and then, having a small sort of camp style knife, especially one that moves your fingers up and out of the way, that allows you to really get a lot of work done down here. This could be really handy for any kind of food prep in the outdoors, and that's kind of where I saw myself applying this. So I'm going to give it some use and try it out. The boys and I have been hiking out and barbecuing in the woods over a fire, every couple of weeks or something. So next time we do, I'll try it out and let you know how the results go, take some pictures, that kind of thing. Quick first impressions for you though. Civivi, Planck, not too bad. I am going to make some slight changes to the handle and see how that goes, but kind of a cool knife. And for me, the design here was the primarily appealing thing, as well as the price point, right? There are lots of EDC fixed blades out there. There are a lot of neck knives out there. Civivi here has offered one that's pretty cool looking, allows a full 4-finger grip, and is quite compact and carryable. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to stick around for the full review that I'll do in, I don't know, a month or so. Talk to you later.